gamers literally all around the world. We're about to watch Pro Gamer 2017 documentary. Now, a little bit of background information on this. I give you guys the truth, and I'm about to do it right now. So, this thing was funded on Kickstarter in 2011 for like $24,000. A lot of things were promised, okay? A lot of things, like monthly updates, like front row premiere. This was when StarCraft was the biggest game in the scene. So being a part of and funding these things, people were like, oh my god, first documentary of StarCraft is gonna be hype, great. And you were like, wait, that's 2011. That's right. It's 2020, baby. And they've been delaying this and delaying this and delaying this and delaying this. And just randomly, out of nowhere, they just released it. They didn't say anything. They released it 9 years later. So this is not really going to be an insight of like how people are, because this was recorded in 2011, which, by the way, I think all of this is recorded in 2011. So why is this taking so long to get released? It was just editing, right? I don't know. But let's get into it. It's hour and 12 minutes. Let me know if the sound is okay, chat.
This is a very special time in gaming. Way back when in the 1800s, you know, they were playing baseball in dirt fields, and it was a fun game, and it was cool, so people would stop and come to watch you. And then they started
I have to turn off StarCraft.
paying baseball players. And back then they thought that was the silliest thing they'd ever heard.
A bit louder.
Like, why would you pay a guy to play baseball?
That should be good. YouTube is on max. So as you guys know, whenever I watch these things, I always give you guys the background information. I'm pretty sure they're going to explain it here, but if there's any kind of cool stuff to mention, I'm mentioning it, okay? First place, 5K. This was a land tournament. 5K. Kick double. Look at how many people are there. Imagine how much money they were making, and the first prize was 5K. Jesus.
It's basically a strategy game, kind of like chess, except it's real time.
You've got the level of strategy that chess has, but you've got a intensity that you can only get from a real-time game that has split-second decisions.
And I miss those times.
Chess, but I don't really think that's a very good comparison. Is chess is turn-based, and StarCraft's a real-time strategy game. Means how fast you can do stuff matters. You're constantly doing things. You don't have to wait for your opponent. The best comparison is really just a real-life battle or war.
When you start playing StarCraft, you choose one of three races.
Man.
Protoss, Terran, or...
Man. Hearing in control speak is so fucking weird. Feels bad, man.
or Zerg. Each race has distinct advantages and disadvantages. Players typically choose one race and play it for their entire career. The fastest players play at 300 actions per minute, which is 5 unique commands given every single second.
So I just want to say one thing. Back then, in 2011, 300 was top player. Now your average pro has 300. Top players have up to 450. So it's pretty funny how back then that was like insane. Like that was top, you know?
Usually end when a player types GG or good game.
It's a game of epic battles. You know, you build up these armies, you have control over all of them, and you just kind of try and go kill the other guy.
It blew up way bigger than anyone had ever imagined, especially in Korea.
In Korea, it's almost a national pastime. It's televised. It's on 2 television stations. They have massive leagues. Players have hundreds of thousands of dollars salaries.
They get endorsements by different companies to wear their logos on their jerseys while they're playing the games, and that's sort of, we have that element with professional sports here, but that's you know, baseball, football, basketball. It's not playing video games.
These are young men who've absolutely decided they're going to dedicate their lives to one game. So every match they play is about, you know, this is their success or failure. This is their meal ticket, and so it's very difficult not to respect that. These are people
I remember
who are really
this.
putting everything on the line.
I think I was there for this MLG, by the way, when Idra slammed his headset, and I'm not even joking. This was when people were, so he slammed his headset into a keyboard and his keys popped out. And then I remember people, like, he just left, right? And then people were taking the keys and they're like, dude, I got the R from Idra's keyboard. It was like trophies, yeah.
This is their meal ticket, and so it's very difficult not to respect that. These are people who are really putting everything on the line, right, to show you an awesome sport, but also to win a match. And it's absolutely amazing to watch.
Oh no, a little bit too far. There's the unload by Select. Looks like Naniwa continuing to put pressure on with his Void Ray gateway mix. There's a missile turret trying to get down. His stim is so close to done, and there it is, finally finished. Select could possibly try to do some micro antics, but it is going to be...
Nani was one of the very few left-handed. I don't actually know any other pro player that was left-handed.
24-0. Naniwa looks absolutely unshakable in this tournament. Naniwa will be in the grand final, the undefeated Protoss. Most people have around 55 to 60% win rate. Naniwa's doing a little better with 100% in a major tournament.
And now we've got JP McDaniel with the winner of that matchup. It's Dignitas Naniwa.
JP here on the main stage with Naniwa for the Astro Listen In interview. Talk to me about those last 2 games.
Well, I knew that Select likes to fast expand, so I made a 6th in Nexus. And I just played Standard and won.
So what does it feel like to come to your first MLG, get to the finals, and never drop a game?
Well, it's okay. My goal is to win the big final of the MLGs. Not this one, but I'll win this too.
All right.
I don't remember if he actually ended up winning.
Back to you guys at the desk.
So how do you feel about advancing to the finals? I'm not very pleased about it.
My name is Johan Lukesi. I'm from Sweden.
And, how old are you?
And I'm 21 years old. I'm extremely good at analyzing my opponents. I watch every game I can find. So this makes it easy for me to go into the game and know I should do this for that to happen. If I get the chance to go to Korea for, let's say, World Cup, like what is going on right now, I would for sure go. And it will be basically a period where you can't attend tournaments in Europe and America. So you will lose a lot of money by doing it, but you will probably gain a lot of skill, so I'm not really sure yet. The thing is, I've been having some troubles because I didn't feel as comfortable as I do now. But now it's the thing is that I'm so far away from home that I want to come back with something.
I'm not sure if that's his hairstyle. His hair is like giga greasy. Give the video a little boost. It's maximum volume, so I can't.
To show.
Trying to get some good position, and here's the huge engagement, and it looks like amazing force field by Naniwa. The huge force field. He will be forced for 3. Oh! The European that...
What year was this? This was 2011. Okay, some people are saying the sound is low. Is the sound low or is it fine? Just turn up your volume. Come on. Like, I'm looking at the obs. Like, my mic is a bit louder than the video. But that's how it always is.
Congratulations to our first StarCraft 2 2011 MLG Pro Circuit winner.
Oh, he won.
Amazing
Actually,
stuff, man.
Forgot about this.
How are you feeling
I feel amazing.
Just amazing. How much practice are you going to put in?
Every hour.
I want to say something though, like a lot of people in StarCraft community or just viewers or casters, like when they interview a pro player back then, like now it's much more relaxed because, you know, but back then, like you have a bunch of kids that are like 16 to 18, 19-year-olds, socially awkward, no life experience. And then there's like 3 cameras on you pointed, like professional cameras. And then there's lights. And then there's thousands of people in front of you. And you know there's hundreds of thousands watching online. And then, like, bro, trust me, when I was playing, when I do an interview, I just want to get the fudge out of there. Like, I don't want to do an interview. I don't want to tell you how I'm feeling. Okay, I just want to move away because it's extremely uncomfortable for a normal person. Like, not just for a fucking socially awkward gaming kids at a time with no experience in this. But, like, if you took a 30-year-old whoever, they would be nervous as fuck because there's thousands of people, you know? It's not like... But it was always a thing to be like, oh, like, you know, they have nothing to say. It's like, yeah, because they're nervous. They have a lot to say, but just nervous. Whiteraw was chill, but he was chill because, like, back in 2011, Whiteraw was like 30, you know? So he's obviously had way more life experience than any of these guys at this time. So, yeah.
You guys better be scared. Every hour he has, he's going to be practicing. Naniwa, congratulations once again for walking away with $5,000.
This guy has a fake tan, doesn't he?
Our Dallas champion. Very much congratulations.
I hear a lot of things.
Yeah, he does. Look at his hands and look at his head.
And I don't know what of it's true, but what I do know is that on some level he was kind of alienated from his parents. I've heard so far as they've died, which I don't know is true, and I've also heard that they kicked him out of the house, which I don't know is true. But the one thing that I do know is that he was a fatherless, motherless kind of kid. That's like the legend that has reached me. He was pretty much raised in esports, and I
Someone said, why is he wearing a hoodie? Many pro gamers back in the day were wearing hoodies at tournaments because teams had so many sponsors that you couldn't fit them on a t-shirt. So you had to wear hoodies because so all the sponsors would fit. I'm not even joking. And then sponsors would pay a certain amount of money depending where their sponsor thing is. So like the back, I think, was costing the least amount of money because it's on the back. So like not many people see it. The front was Prime. So you see this like Intel, like they were the biggest sponsor because they're at the front. So whenever you give interviews, you're at the front. And then the sleeves, I think, were like, I think they were second most or second cheapest, second most expensive because they were on a sleeve so you could see them, but they're very small, which is why you can see like sponsors like throughout the whole sleeve.
know that that's had its cost on his mannerisms, I would say.
Uh-huh. Oh. Fucking white, bro. See, he was 31!
Killed laptop because he worked very bad last time. This laptop don't.
Jesus Christ.
I think not bad for first time using his gun.
Whiteraw, one of the most famous StarCraft players there is, was a big superstar in Ukraine for Brood War at all times. Always had that positive
I
nature
didn't know
around
about
him.
that, actually. So
He
see,
also would
Whiteraw competed in Brood War. So people that said like, oh, but Whiteraw wasn't awkward. Yeah, because he was 31 in 2011, and he was competing in Brood War in the national tournaments. So this guy legit had a 10-year experience in tournaments, and then went on to StarCraft 2, and that's why his interviews were awesome, right? Or they were awesome, so no need for it, you know? But that's why everyone else seems so awkward compared to him, because, yeah, he had 10 years of experience.
Sweep people under his umbrella. Like he's not.
And he's very
"I'm better
extroverted
than
in
you."
general, as a person.
He's a person first kind of guy. Like he'll rush in and be your friend, and then later find out who you are.
That's true.
It's really funny because he would be considered part of the Western culture, but it's hard to say that because he doesn't speak really that much English. I mean, he's able to converse with you, so I don't want to belittle how much he does speak English.
Hello, my friends. It's me, Vaitra. I wish you
Vaitra.
best of luck and big health. I hope you fix it this problem, and good luck to you. And of course, I'll be okay in the future.
Even when he's losing, still having a pretty damn good time. I still remember when he was at NASL, one of the players who qualified in the top 16. He loses his game right out the gate. I mean, he flew there, lost his game, he's out of the tournament. What did White Rod do? He got out of his booth and waved at the crowd like he won.
Like, he's a very wholesome guy. You know, like, loses a game, right? And then he fucking high-fives casters. Like, yeah, it's just like...
What did White Rod do?
I think it's because, I mean, it's definitely him as a person, right? But it's also he was 31 and he's probably saw all of that as fucking like, he realized in the moment how cool all that is. Well, I think the younger players were much more serious about everything and took every loss extremely hard. At least I did.
Got out of his booth and waved
But
at
that's
the
pretty
crowd
funny.
like he won. He just got out like, yeah, all right, yeah. And I remember backstage, someone's like, sorry about the game, man. Tough luck. He's like, no problem, it's just game. You know, just, no, who cares? It's fine. It's going to be awesome. And then he just went to the pool that afternoon and just hung out.
That's what I mean. He probably,
One of
like,
those famous photos
in
of
the
White
moment,
Rod,
like...
leaning back. Just, yeah, having a
Yeah,
great
we
time.
make expand
What really
defense.
grabs him, and for me, makes him extremely important to the community, is that you can send White Rod into any group of people and know that he will do the best damn job he possibly can to make them feel special and make them feel like he's a guy worth looking at. That's the kind of guy I think of when I think of him.
You know, when I started play, I
like
was
how there's
disappointed and
subtitles.
very sad after my lose. But I understand one moment. If you want to make long draw to win tournament, you must lose. You can't win all games. You people, we are people. We make mistake. We're not a computer.
Man, guys, tournaments back then were huge.
White Raw is 9-0 in best of threes. Can he make it 10-0? Ruby, one of the regulars of MLG, trying to micro and go. White Raw has done it. GG. Ruby has been eliminated from the tournament, and White Raw lives to play on Sunday. What a story here at MLG.
Quite amazing. Quite amazing.
I'm getting hit by like
The evolution of esports
flashbacks
is
from
something I
back
think
then.
happens in
Randomly.
generational shifts, right? So I tell this story a lot about, I have an 8-year-old son, and he was at our first event in a New York City LAN center that was the size of our booth behind
His
us.
son
it was
probably
tiny,
plays
right?
Fortnite now.
And we ran it ourselves and did a horrible job, and he was there in a stroller. It's 8 years later now. He's 8 years old, he plays the games, he knows who some of the pros are, he watches the streams, he idolizes some of the players and some of the casters. In his 3rd grade class right now, with all the other 8-year-old boys, they all know what MLG is, right? And when they're 12, even more of them will know. And when they're 16, they'll be the ones who are here competing. So I think that generation...
Is MLG still going? Isn't it dead? Yeah, isn't it dead? Yeah, okay, listen, he got the first 2 predictions right. The last one, not so much, because I think, yeah, MLG was bought by Blizzard, wasn't it? Rip.
Generational shift, it takes a little while. And at the same time,
He
what
probably
happens
made
as
good
that
money,
audience,
though.
that groundswell from the audience happens, what happens at the brands that are targeting these demographics is you get people who know who we are, who are fans of what we do, who play StarCraft, who play Halo, who play Call of Duty or League of Legends, suddenly in a position of power where they can say, it's not a passion play, it makes sense, the numbers are great, I want to work in that world, I want to sponsor players, I want to get associated with the league. So the mainstream happens when you build something which is strong enough to sustain itself over time. It's not about rushing to it. We're not going to convert people who don't play our games to watch us. We're going to wait for the audience that plays the games to grow to a point where we are, by default, the mainstream. So I think we're 8 years away from this being bigger than anybody can ever imagine, because I do think it takes 10 to 20 years to really build something of that magnitude. But we're already bigger than a lot of people realize.
D9 is a...
I mean, from what I remember, he dropped StarCraft like a hot potato the moment StarCraft like dropped a bit in viewership. Not when it was like sub 20,000 viewers. The moment it dropped in viewership, he dropped it like a fucking potato, hot potato, and then took up other games, if I remember correctly. So, you know.
He's someone who officiates on these games, explains it so that you kind of understand what's going on, and he also has a daily webcast. His philosophy has really helped change my life.
Most people in the industry like that don't give a shit about
it. A lot of the alienated, we're not the popular kids, and now we are. There's kids who
day night on Sundays
do regular sports. If you can't run a ball 100 yards really fast, you should still be able to be on a team and have friends and have people be proud of you and cheering for you. You know, and I think he's trying to move esports to where it's accepted and it's something that can happen for.
Hi, I'm Sean. Aria. That was my curtsy, Aria. Very appropriate.
Man, goddamn. Listen, I wish I was an adult, right? As in, you know, in the head, when I was playing tournaments back then and stuff, because I think I would have so much more fun, like traveling and meeting people, because that was so fucking awkward. But damn, am I happy to never have to do this. Maybe in the future, I hope not. To me, this is so awkward. Like, I would feel so awkward sitting there. Like, what he is doing is so hard to do. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, you just say hi and you talk to people. Bruh, it's so awkward, trust me. Because some people that you meet are also very awkward, right? So even if you're not awkward, other people might make it awkward. Because they're not going to know what to say. They're going to be like starstruck and shit. And then you don't know what to say. And then people don't know where they're supposed to just leave, you know? So they just stay there and you're just like, so what are you doing? You know, kind of thing.
Sean. That was my
See what I
curtsy,
mean?
Aria.
Like, he's very good at it.
Very appropriate. May I?
So even, you see, even he's, did you see that? That was so awkward. Oh my God. Look, so he's like, Sean, and then he's like, and she's like, can you, and I was like, God, that just makes me cringe, dude.
May I?
Why are you day 9? What are you saying this for?
I wanted like a cool one-word name and just
like,
day
I don't
was
mind
taken.
meeting people when it's normal. Like, hey, you know, love your videos. How have you been doing? Have you been enjoying the event? Love it. What are you doing? Like, I don't mind that at all. But when it's like these meetups, all the focus is on you or, you know, the pro gamer or the caster. And it just feels like you're supposed to do something and not just have a normal conversation. Because in these things, you have like 10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, right? There's nothing you can talk about in 15 seconds. So it's just...
So I put the 9 at the end to look cool. And it's been that way forever.
Your 11-minute daily about 11-minute pro DOS timing attacks. Changed my game completely.
Easiest matchup ever. Favorite player? You. Well. Hi, I'm Sean. Hi, Matt. It's great to meet you. Matt, are we posing for this?
See what I mean? Okay, this is what I mean. This kid is so awkward for meeting day 9, right? He like you can see he loves day 9. But look how awkward he is. He has no clue what to do. And day 9 knows how to handle this. He's handling it like a professional. I would like look at this.
Hi, Matt. It's great to meet you. Matt, are we posing for this Game Boy? Matt.
I've heard you say good things about your mom.
She's a boss mama.
Amazing. God damn. I don't miss that part of
Is it an AH?
program.
Oh, thank God. Because that's what I wrote. Mirror, come on. I wear Axe. It should smell great. Penis. Just come on, put your hands up. All right, yeah. All right, I have to go back and cast. Forgive me. Forgive me. Bye, guys. Cheers. Cheer loud. Freak out. Ah! Oh, it's bright. You have amazing fashion. Follow me. Come on. Hi, I'm Sean.
Hi. I watch like all your dailies and I love all of your videos so much.
You're so great.
I just think that you're like the best person in the world, and I really look up to you.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dude, it's not.
What can I do for you in these last 15 seconds of time?
Can I just have a hug?
Yes, hug me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Social distance. Whoa.
All right, did it. Thank you, Sean. Yes, and I said penis.
Yes, and I love how someone asked, "Did he say penis?" And then he says, "Yes, I said penis." I don't know if it's just me, but seeing people hug and like
Korea,
just seeing him high five and shake hands with everyone makes me feel so cringe because of COVID. It just like the first thing I thought of was like imagine how many people fucking blew their snots in their hands or sneezed and then shook hands with him. God,
It's been a respected job for a very long time.
Yeah, there's no going back.
From StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
It's been on TV in Korea. I was there and I was at a gym and it was on TV and I watched it and it was amazing. But
I wonder what
anywhere
he's
else,
doing right now.
I can't
Chef
imagine
was
that happening, and
he used to be a pro Zerg
nowhere
player.
outside
He
of
used to
there
be
do
so
players
nice.
make
He used to be on
six-figure
Team Liquid.
salaries simply to play a video game. Korea has just the respect for the game that other countries don't.
In StarCraft, we call foreigners anybody that's not a Korean. And the reason for that is because in Brood War, if you wanted to play professional Brood War, if you wanted a salary and big-time prizes and tournaments, you had to go to Korea. So anyone that was outside of that was always coming in, so they were called foreigners. Koreans are the national race, if you will, of StarCraft.
Korea is better than the rest of the world, and they're better by a lot.
Fun fact. XQC or QXC, XQC got the name from QXC because he was a fan of QXC. He actually said this on one of his streams. For the people that don't know, XQC is like the biggest streamer on Twitch, I think. Really? Yeah. He was a fan of QXC, and QXC, XQC.
It's hard to say Korea is better at one thing.
I actually watched
They're better at
one of
everything.
the one clip from XQC saying that, so it's not a suspicion. He said it.
The history has shown since they've started coming to the.
I'll try pause
foreign
Les, by the
events
way,
that,
because this is going to be like a 4-hour.
foreigners just don't win anymore.
They've been training really
Best
hard
player right there.
since the game came out, harder than non-Koreans have. And they also have the infrastructure set up in Korea already from StarCraft 1. A lot of coaches and managers and just players who had learned a lot about how to be a pro gamer from StarCraft 1 just carried
This
that
is the
knowledge
best
over
player
to
ever.
StarCraft 2. The society is already accepting of it, so they just had a bunch of new fresh talent come to StarCraft 2 and work really hard. And nowhere else in the world was that happening. And so, a year after the game's release, and the Koreans are already significantly better than everyone else.
There's foreigners that, at least it seems, have
works for
something that
Twitch
the rest
now.
of the foreigners don't. I'd pick Naniwa, I'd pick Red, I'd pick Idra as sort of the three greats. They do have the chance to compete at that top Korean level.
Wait, who? Naniwa?
Significantly better than.
The way for them to go ahead and do that would be to foreigners don't. I'd pick Naniwa, I'd pick Red, I'd pick Idra as sort of the
Idra and Naniwa, sure, but right? I don't know about
three
that.
greats. They do have the chance to compete at that top Korean level, but I believe the easiest way for them
I
to
don't
go
think
ahead
they were
and
on
do
the same
that
level.
would be to move over to Korea for a while, get a chance to practice with those top players, and really see how how high they can take their level to.
Boxer is the emperor. He's basically the guy who started esports. Boxer is like the Michael Jordan of esports who's never retired. And who invented basketball.
Well, I mean, I just actually got goosebumps even thinking about it. But I was in Korea for IESF with White Raw and a bunch of the other top foreigners at the time. And this was at a time when, in Brood War, foreigners did not beat Koreans. They just didn't. You could actually make your entire career not off a tournament win, but off of defeating a top-of-the-line Korean. And he was to play Boxer. White Raw has an energy about him, like when you're around him, you're like, wow, that guy's a superstar. Boxer has a blinding light coming off of him. He is the god of StarCraft. White Ross sits in that booth, and they play some games, and White Raw wins.
I didn't know about that.
We won the Super Bowl. It was the most ridiculous thing ever. It couldn't happen to a better guy too. That's the thing. But when White Raw wins, it feels like you know, the closing of some sappy, heartfelt family movie. It's just amazing.
That's very cool. I didn't know that. That's StarCraft 2. She does not look happy. Oh my god! Oh, I wish they show who it was. I did do. I don't know who that was. It was fire or something.
УРСР, ну, Украина, украинская, российская. Сейчас он с ними, сейчас я прочитаю. Там написано Крупник Алексей Александрович, 15 ноября 1980 года. А это в детском садике он зайчиком.
Зайчиком.
На елке. Тоже в детском саду. Это уже перед школой сама.
Я в неглиже в домашнем.
Ну, я сначала считал, что это какое-то такое мимолетное увлечение, которое у него там со временем пройдет. Но я всегда перед ним ставил
I wonder what the 3 tasks are.
3 задачи в жизни. Главное, я сказал ему, что ты в любом случае должен быть всегда, в любых обстоятельствах, порядочным человеком. Второе, ты должен иметь высшее образование. И третье, ты должен знать английский язык. Вот это 3 моих требования было к сыну.
Okay, well, he got the first one.
Который он выполнил, да. Он
I don't know about the second one, actually. I guess he finished university
Вот смотри,
or college.
если бы Алёша не работал
But he
и
does
не
know English as
заработал
well.
на квартиру, вот это вот, мы бы вот так жили все в этой 3-комнатной квартире. Дитё себе само заработало.
Он много раз приходил в аптеку, как бы уговаривал, еще приводил своего друга, они вместе меня уговаривали. Даже не знаю, какая-то интуиция, чутье какое-то внутреннее. Голос мне сказал, что надо сходить с Алексеем на свидание. Когда мы пошли с Алексеем на первое свидание, он мне не сказал, что он играет в компьютерные игры, что как бы это его...
Man, I don't know when they met, but imagine like telling a girl 15 years ago you play games for a living. She would fucking drop you like a hot potato, dude. Even 5 years ago, a girl would literally just ditch you. Like, she would just ghost you completely if you told her you play games. God damn.
Основной род занятий. Он мне сказал, что он как бы играет в пинг-понг. А о том, что он как бы играет...
Dude, I can imagine this conversation. She's like, what do you do for a living? And he's like, I play ping pong. And she's like, and he's like, yeah, ping pong, yeah.
Сказал, что он как бы играет в пинг-понг. А о том, что он как бы играет в видеоигры, я узнала только через...
See, he waited for 3 months to tell her, okay? He reeled her in first, Okay, and then he told her. This is what I mean. Dude, if he told her any time earlier, she would have been fucking out of there. Like, ping pong is okay, but StarCraft too. Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe he reeled her in with the ping pong. You never know. I'm not joking. Like, guys, listen. Even to this day, this is a hot tips by Cutie Patootie. If you're going out on a date with a girl, just to be on the safe side, do not tell her you play video games for a hobby. Because women see that as immature and childish. Some of them. Just saying. Keep it a little... Just wait a little bit, okay? Give it a week or 2 or 3, alright? That's all I'm saying. Just wait a little bit.
Через 3 месяца.
Ну, мы счастливы. Счастливы чем? Что Витек будет иметь...
Beasty's girlfriend thinks he plays ping pong to this day. That's true, actually. That's true. She doesn't have access to this room, and I have a sound like... You know what I'm... Okay.
Свой ум, понимаешь? Ну как, любой человек, ребенок заработал, имеет квартиру, да? Ну, он сам своими руками.
You know what I love? His mom is like all dolled up, like she's like all like makeup, right? Little earrings, like she's going on a dinner. And his dad doesn't give a fucking shit.
Пусть ребенка делают.
What was your child?
His dad is like in a...
Bad boy.
in fucking underwear earlier.
I have broken my hand, but it's very old, near 10 years ago. So it's many fight. I have some not good company. I have many friends, but we have not so company. And almost all weeks we have a big fight and drink too much alcohol. And sometimes happen a situation when we fighting. I just try to defend some girl. But shoot him using something metal.
Wait, let me see if there's... Okay, I was gonna say like if there's a clip of them fighting or some shit.
This part of my face. And when comment my friends, it's too late. Like, you know, it's 2 minutes. They just using car and drop. And my face, I'll blue, go to hospital, and doctor say if 1 more shots, I can die. And they make me operation in this part face.
Jesus Christ.
So it's safe for me. I must come to this not good place and need lost this company. Better if I stay home and can play computers games.
True.
You know,
Play
if I not
computer
start to
games.
play StarCraft, maybe I continue join some this nightclub, this company.
StarCraft keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah, I think StarCraft maybe saved my life.
Damn.
Naniwa, when he loses, don't go near him at all for at least 30 minutes. And even after that, it's difficult. There's no worse feeling than losing. I think everybody's experienced that, but he takes it to heart. You can't approach him if you're not in his inner circle, and there's not many people that close to him. It's quite aggressive, abrupt.
Oh, who's this guy?
He will tell you where to go.
What he'll say without a shadow of a doubt is he needs to win first place. I think, for me, the most telling moment when I became a fan of him is when he took 2nd place at the BlizzCon regional tournament in Europe. He was beside himself with how pissed he was that he took 2nd place to Rhett, a fantastic player. He won himself, I think, $5,000, but he looked like he just lost his whole family in a car accident.
Naniwa, congratulations on 2nd place. Now, we'll see you at BlizzCon. There you can have your revenge. Naniwa!
Joe Miller.
Being undisputed the best is what I'm striving for. Not really making the most money or anything like that, but just looking back and seeing I was by far the best at my time. That's what I want to
Feel
achieve.
the salt, yeah.
When I'm done with my career, what do I rather want to see? First places or losses?
Losses.
So obviously I want to look back on a successful career and not a failed one. Unless I win, I'm not happy overall, as a person even.
We can't read the subtitles. I know, guys,
It makes me
with the
push
camera. I
other
know,
people
but like, doesn't matter where I put the camera, you're gonna miss something sometimes. I'll try to catch it and translate if it goes to this part. Okay, how about that? I'm sorry, unless I disable the camera, but you know.
Way a lot easier, just because of that. But
Have you played against Naniwa? Yeah, I played him recently. Well, recently. It's on my YouTube. Naniwa had his contract sold to another team.
The most difficult player I've ever had to manage, that's for sure. When he first joined the team, I didn't want him in the team. He was bad mannered, pissed off a lot of leagues, pissed off a lot of people. And he'd been doing this since he was 16, 15, 16. I think he's 21 now.
Yeah, Naniwa is special case. Yeah. Nobody liked him. That might have been a understatement, but yeah.
In my opinion, the best non-Korean StarCraft 2 player in the world. He won the first MLG this year, prior to the Koreans showing up, and you know, and
I like
since then
Naniwa. Well, maybe because you never met him.
A contender in most events, one of the best foreign finishers in almost every event that he's been to. We signed him with reservations. You know, he's got a reputation for having I guess a poor attitude, difficult to manage.
Did he just do this to the cameraman? Wait.
You know, he's got a reputation for having I guess a
He just told cameraman, get the fuck out.
He's been to. We signed him with reservations. You know, he's got a reputation for having I guess a poor attitude.
Look how he looks at him. Holy shit.
You know, and we've seen some of that already. He's very opinionated and maybe doesn't respect authority as much as he should. You know, that type of thing. Feeling things out right now, so we're working with it.
He wants to be the best player in the world, and that I completely understand. But on the route to that, in the last, I guess, 8 months that he was in our team, complete nightmare most of the time. The idiosyncrasies, the flipping pillow that he has to sit on when he plays, stuff like that does my head in. Yeah, a player like that can beat themselves. They don't even have to sit down and play somebody else. They can beat themselves before they even start playing. I think the way he was brought up has got him to where he is now. But this is his outlet on life. This is his chance to do his thing. If he wins, he's a god. And I think that's what he wants.
I remember the Dignitas owner. Just look at that look. Scroll fast. The Dignitas owner is like being extremely nice. From what I know, they had a shit ton of drama, and the Dignitas owner fucking hated him. I mean, guys, imagine having I think at the time he was the best foreign player, right, in the world outside Korea. And you drop him out of the team because he's so unmanageable, right? That the guy was just like, fuck this, I'll just get someone else. Like, imagine the stuff he did, okay?
It's mean beach not protected, and if you're swimming, maybe some fish can catch you. So no swimming because I not want left my hand here or feet. If I left my hand, I can't play anymore.
Wait, guys.
I like small.
Wait, White was 31 when he competed. I'm almost 30. So, if a new game would come out in the next 2 years, I could compete for at least 2 years. Man, what the fuck was that, actually?
Жизнь в Советском Союзе.
What is that? Is that a crab? The fuck, that looks like a fucking nightmare. God damn. Man, you know, when I was in US for the first time, I went to the beach and I saw a thing moving. I don't know if I actually ever told you this. I saw a thing moving on the beach and I was like, oh my god, there's a fucking bug! Like, what is this? And it was like white, kind of see-through. No, it wasn't see-through, it was white. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my god, is there like one under me? And then they tell me they are all over the beach, right underneath the sand. And I was like, what the fuck did you just say? And they're like, yeah, they're all over the beach. They're underneath the sand. And I was like, do people know about this? Like, are people aware that they're sitting and laying down on like millions of bugs? And then I'm like, but they're rare, right? And they're like, no, there's plenty. So they literally pick a spot, like a random spot. They start digging and they fucking show up. And I'm like, they were messing with you? No, they weren't, dude. They showed me. They moved the sand and they were fucking underneath. I don't know what bugs they were. But they said they don't bite, they're not dangerous. I was like, dude, that's not cool. Just, someone knows probably the name. Virginia Beach? Is that? This was in New Jersey, I think. Or maybe it was in California, actually. I can't remember.
В Советском Союзе, конечно, была, вот как для меня лично,
This is what I mean, look at his dad, he doesn't give a shit, like he's not dressed nicely, like he's just in a fucking, you know.
На будущее, конечно, мы же хотим, чтобы дети наши и внуки жили нормально.
They were like this size, like they were not small.
Понимаешь, мы свое прожили.
Yeah, so, see, this is what I mean, like she's all dressed up, and his dad is just like,
Если бы Леша не
brother.
работал так, я не знаю как.
Minimum salary in Ukraine 100 USD. All people get this money and it's not enough for life. They pay near 40 or 50 USD from this money for rent home, like pay gas, electricity, water, like this areas, and rest for food. But
is Ukraine poorer than Serbia? 50 for a place to live? That can't be right.
I don't understand how people can live for 50 USD in a month for buy some food. You know, it's problem Ukrainian people, we very kind, like help each other, very friendly, and government using it. So we just not pay good salary, not take care good about people. My government not to make me anything in my life.
Ukraine has half the GDP per capita of Serbia. Bro, I thought Serbia is more poor than Ukraine. Damn, I didn't know. Because they're a big country, right? They have a way bigger population than us. I mean, I know they're a big country, but, you know, but wow, I didn't know that. If you ever come to California, I'll be more than happy to host you. Thank you. I probably won't be there anytime soon. Like maybe next BlizzCon if there even is one, but 41 million people? Yeah, that's way more than Serbia.
could have the biggest battle of the night here between MMA and White Raw. The EMP shockwaves hitting the Archons.
That's gonna be me, Beastyqt, when I'm like 35. Ever thought about recording your voice to be an announcer StarCraft 2? Yeah, but I don't think that's a thing anymore. I could have actually done it about a year ago, but I don't think it's a thing anymore. So, because there's like no one working on StarCraft.
But it's just simply too much bio here for Puma, and White Raw is in trouble.
Puma was a beast.
Oh no, this looks so bad for White Raw. GG. White Raw. GG. White Raw with an amazing tournament run.
Most important, I think, make something better for people around you.
This is like
because if you make
White Raw
people
documentary.
happy, they make you feedback and you more happy. Enjoy life right now, because we never know what happened tomorrow or after tomorrow.
Are you guys ready? This crowd is excited, so let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, from Team Dignitas, none other than Naniwa.
This guy was really good. I don't know what he does now, but he's really good at hosting tournaments.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen from Team...
Oh god, that's fucking awkward. Did you guys catch that? He says Naniwa from Team Dignitas, and Naniwa's like, wrong team! Look at this.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just complimented this guy. This guy was a really good host, no joke. That was fucking funny.
Complexity. Naniwa.
Oof.
Up against Nesty. Are you confident that you can defeat his Zerg playstyle?
I thought MVP would be a lot harder than Nesty, so should be doable.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen from Incredible Miracle, let's hear it for Nesty.
And now Nasty comes, wrong team. That'd be actually so funny.
How confident are you in this next matchup against Naniwa?
이번 경기에 대해서 자신이
Nasty was also like 32 there or something.
뭐 나니와 선수는 제가 얼마 전 블리즈컨에서도 이겼기 때문에 가볍게 이길 것 같습니다. I have beaten him once in a BlizzCon, so I'm confident to win this game too.
Shake hands.
Nani was a nice person. He has a difficult personality though. He sometimes overreacts and he can be, you know, a little bit childish sometimes. He's good at heart, I believe. So I get along with him and I try to understand how his brain works as much as I can.
Attack force field's going down.
Huge force fields there, keeping those roaches just washing up against them. Oh my god, just sectioning off roaches, letting his zealots hit that.
An upset? Naniwa beating Nesty? No, absolutely not.
Nesty has nothing left. It looks like Naniwa may be our champion. GG!
Naniwa has done it!
Oh my god!
He's a phenomenal player. He's really good. He's really, really good. I expect him to do really good. He can beat anyone.
The MLG Global Invitational Champion.
What a way to start the tournament here. To see a foreigner take out the two best Koreans. Keep going, guys. Chant his name. What a win, man.
When he sent drones, your probe saw it, obviously.
And I thought he was a death genius, but apparently he's just an idiot.
Like,
what he did
bruh.
made no sense.
Yeah, it was a little confusing.
Like, see what I mean? Like, he won the turn. He is like fucking L guy. What's his name? L shitter. Like, he won the game and he's trash talking Nesty. Like, bruh. Nice person, by the way. Yeah.
Confusing.
You just took out two of the best players in the world.
By the way, if you want some mega salt, go on my YouTube channel and search Beastyqt versus Naniwa. You're gonna get some juicy ones.
How do you feel right now?
I feel good, but for me it's not a big deal right now. I'm mainly thinking about the tournament tomorrow.
Well, even though you still took down both MVP and Nesty, who many people thought going into this event might be the top two players of the entire tournament to win. So don't you think it is worth something that you're able to beat them consecutively?
Yeah, of course. It shows that I can compete with the best, and it gives me confidence, so it's good.
Okay, so guys, there is a big backstory to this. Of course, Nanawa beat Nesty yesterday in the MLG Global Invitational Finals. He then went on to say in an interview something to the effect of, I thought Nesty was a genius, but now I know he's an idiot, or something like that?
We haven't seen it yet.
Okay, but
we have
someone told Nesty this, and Nesty is actually angry, and he has said that he will destroy Nanawa, so...
Spoilers! Next time they played, Nesty did destroy.
Pretty big grudge match here.
If I remember correctly.
I don't think, I mean, if Nanawa resurrected Caesar, Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, and a Tyrannosaurus Rex, I'm pretty sure Nesty still wins.
Toss in a second to do the damage that he needs to do. And I don't know the same.
So awkward, God. So awkward.
I think that he didn't just shit on Nesty, he shat on all of the Korean players in the world today. I don't think that Naniwa realized. I think if I could talk to him and say, do you realize what you did tonight? It wasn't just like you showboating and looking cool, but it was you like insulting like an entire cultural subsect, the same people that you've trained and lived with to become the player that you are, you insulted tonight.
Oh yeah, because he gave thumbs, like he won the finals, and then he did like thumbs down in front of the guy, like bruh.
Can anybody stop you?
I don't think so.
One is going to win, the other is going to lose. We all knew that Naniwa was really good, okay? We all knew he was a dominant player, a champion, but we have never seen Naniwa like this. Ever.
No, I mean, obviously, he right now can be argued that he might be the best Protoss in the world. We're not really sure right now. He absolutely could be. This weekend, he certainly is. He has just crushed so many top players and made it look easy.
Yeah, easy. No mistakes in his play. It's incredible. Of course, Lennox's story is one of hard work and a lot of practice, a lot of endurance. Naniwa has been it's been a story of sheer perfection and brilliance. I think reality is starting to sink in as Naniwa realizes, oh man, I actually don't know if I can win this. It just doesn't seem to be the case.
And he's eating his mouth.
Drops, targets it down though, beautiful micro. The Quasi unfortunately moving forward
Lennox,
as well.
pristine lips, Naniwa's lips are gone, he ate them.
That's it. GG. And Lennox has come back out of the loser bracket. A rare thing to happen at MLG.
Unbelievable.
Guys, give it up for Lennox. He is the national champion.
I just feel that I'm not good enough. Disappoints me.
You
Very
seem
deeply.
throw away his thing. Yikes.
It feels the same way every time. Feels like I want to kill myself.
Whoa! Whoa,
I
whoa,
don't
whoa!
actually do
Monk
it,
of
so
TOS!
I hope I won't, but it's the
Jesus.
worst feeling in the world for me.
Have you ever played Nano? Yeah, I played him many times.
Try analyze how play my enemy, how play I, and maybe I need to change something to make more surprise for my enemy.
Running in, they're trying to do what they can for the swarm, but they're just gonna die outright, and Nurchill with the GG smiley face. Good game.
Young players, they have free a lot of time and can play 16 hours a day and practice. More older players can't make it. Of course, it's I have a very strong way. I have very good experience and very perfect understand game. But I'm not so fast like 5 years ago or 10 years ago.
Good luck, have fun, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Who casting us game?
You and Stefano is Apollo and Doa, and then I'm casting you versus Marine King. So, yes.
I hope to my best. Yeah,
Hey,
see
good
some
luck.
rounds.
He's,
Maybe I play some games. All in.
Yeah.
One game and
I'm
White Raw's considered like, I guess, Grandpa Toss. He's been around in the scene for a really long time. He's done things in StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 that, you know...
Wait, they call him Grandpa Thoss at 31? Wait, I'm gonna be Grandpa Streamer.
Look up to because he's been around for so long and he's been successful throughout his whole career. He's never really had a big slump or anything like that. He's just consistently good, and it still amazes people, including myself, to the day that he's able to compete, you know, for this long.
А это его все дипломы, видишь, переможцы есть.
Diplomas from tournaments?
Тоже первое место в 2010.
First place. Everywhere first place.
Потом в 2009 году
First place.
первое место. Потом какой год?
2007.
А где ты видишь? А, вижу, да.
2007. First place. Вот гордитесь всем?
Да.
Oh, you can see on her face, she's so proud of him. That's cute.
First place.
Сколько Алексей еще сможет этим заниматься?
Ой, вот это наша боязнь, понимаешь, боль. Мы понимаем, что он возраст, игровой возраст уже у него перерос, понимаешь? Вот это вот сложно. Конечно, он усидчивый, напористый, Бог ему помогает, все, а вдруг, придет же время такое, что он уже перестанет играть.
This is like my mom.
Чем он будет заниматься?
This is literally like my mom. I mean, now she's more chill because I'm doing like YouTube and videos and you know. But when I was just doing pro gaming, she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy with it, but what is he gonna do after?" And I'm like, "What if I get hit by a car tomorrow and none of this matters? I don't know. We'll see."
Считаю, 3-5 лет это максимум, что он будет еще заниматься этим делом. Потом ему надо искать работу, наверное, связанную с этим компьютерным спортом.
His dad was right. White Rod did compete for another 3-4 years, I think. And now he is working for Twitch, I think.
Чтобы он принимал участие в воспитании, передаче навыкам какому-то определенному молодому поколению, там, как-то пропагандировал этот вид спорта, вот, использовал свои знания, опыт в этой работе, в том числе и в международном плане.
Ну, я думаю, что еще как бы хватит его намного, тем более с такой тактикой игры, которую он идет и показывает. Я думаю, что заслуженно занимает одно из ведущих мест в мире, по крайней мере, по... Вот его любят за ту игру, в которую он играет, и как он это делает, то есть нестандартно.
Ну, Леша как бы довольно-таки молодой игрок, я понимаю, что ему 30 лет, да, и я думаю, что у него еще все впереди, большие победы еще впереди, и он к ним стремится, он тренируется, он работает над
His friends are so nice.
Я думаю, что рано списывать этого игрока со счетов.
Never surrender here, but when you've got drones killing, you're +3/+3. Zealots, that's not a situation you want to be in.
Why aren't you in this tournament or this documentary? Because this was done in like 3 tournaments or recorded that I don't I think I was there for the first one, but the first one was showed for like 2 minutes. And then the other ones, I wasn't there physically, but you can see it's like Waitra, Naniwa, and that's it, right? Like, they're not showcasing anyone else. It's just two of them.
+2 armor, GG, and Millennium Stefano takes a very close game, for most of it anyway, against DD Sports White Raw. You know, I really feel like White Raw could have won that game.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And you can see by the emotion on White Raw's face that he kind of knew that he threw that. He was actually in an amazing position. He had that really thin base, uncontested. Stefano just forfeit.
I know that our reactions dull and diminish over time, and you know, it's there's been research to show that. I've seen it over the last 10 years, just people hit about 24, 25, 26, 27, kind of in that age range, and you know, they just kind of are not as good anymore.
I want to say that is complete dog shit and bullshit and completely and utterly untrue. This was recorded in 2011, and this guy's like, there's been a research done. Bruh, in 2011, there was no fucking esports, okay? It just started. And someone's gonna be like, hey, I played Halo in 1992. Yeah, no one gives a shit about Halo, okay? There was like 2,000 people playing it. Listen. Whatever that research that guy did is pile of shit, okay? Like, he literally said that while Waitra was one of the best players, while Nesty was the best Zerg player for 3 years, and he was like 31, right? And there were other older players that were doing just fine. The reason why older players don't do as well is because life hits you, dude. Like, you have a girlfriend, you have a wife, your parents are getting sick, you're hanging out with your friends instead of practicing. You're going to like a weekly hangout with your friends. Job, maybe you need the money, you can't practice. That's why older players get worse. They don't get worse because they fucking, your hands are slowing down. Like, this triggers me every time when I hear it because it's such a stupid argument. Like, are these people seriously suggesting you can't move your hands as fast as when you were 20, but professional athletes in football, basketball, and shit are more than fine competing after they're 30? Like, yes, I'm sure there's a peak moment where you're at your 100%, but to say that you slow down and you can't compete anymore after 24, 25 is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I was at my best skill-wise at 26. This is when I would quit StarCraft professionally. It's just a bunch of shit.
Anything he wants to, really.
And unfortunately, GG. I tried my best.
From White Raw. Yep. Well, you know what?
Biani's 27 right now. How old is Flash? Like, those kind of statements are so stupid, you know what I mean?
You really can tell that White Raw tried his best. He really made it, I would say, a challenge.
Flash is 28.
It can't just be because they lose interest. I mean, because I know some of these guys that would do this until they died if they could, but just can't. You know, they can't compete at the same level anymore when they hit a certain age.
I think it has more to do with people just getting burnt out. Like, you play a game for like 10 years, and most likely...
I do not agree with you on that one when it comes to the psychological components of the gameplay. The rest could be true. What does that even mean? Also, another thing is when you're younger, there's nothing going on around your life. I've talked about this many times. So you're fully focused on the game. And they don't think about anything else. The only thing they think about is games, right? Like, even when I'm streaming now, I'm thinking what I'm going to do after the stream, right? I got to do some stuff around my room. I got to hang out with women. I schedule something with friends later to play in WoW. I'm already thinking about those things. When you're 16 and 18, you got no friends, you got no girlfriend, you got nothing. You got no job. The only thing you're thinking while playing is what you're going to do next game, and that's it. Okay? That's it. It's true, though. It's true. Like, all these guys, when they were like 16, 18, they got no fucking friends. Like, I'm sorry, but that's how it is. That's why they're socially awkward.
You're going to start playing it young, it's hard. Like, people think it's just playing video games for a living, but you gave your life to the game.
It means how fast your finger is not the problem. Information processing is. This is pure reaction time. I 100% disagree. I understand the game way better these days. I can process the information way better because the one thing that the younger players don't have is experience and knowing how to process the information correctly. But yeah. Again, I'm not saying there's no point where you start dipping down, but to say you cannot compete with the best is just ridiculous.
And then you go to a tournament and you don't win. Like,
Question to you, Nano.
This was the best part. So Dignitas sold Nanowa's contract to Complexity, and Complexity sold it to Quantum Game because they didn't want to deal with him either.
How does it feel to be
It feels good, but it's just another tournament to me. Just another tournament to me.
You seem very quiet today. Is that your normal way, or are you just...
I don't really like to do interviews and stuff. I just want to play the game, but 저 선수가 그냥 게임을 멈춰버렸어요. 그리고 15분을 아무
Nesty's like, I'll
저한테
fuck
얘기도
you
안
up,
하고
kid.
그냥 바로 또 시작을 해버렸어요. 그래서 제 빌드가 다 꼬여버렸거든. 한번 혼내주고 싶어.
네.
So Nasty has picked you, Naniwa, as the opponent he'd like to face. Instead of an MLG, you pausing the game, which messed up his build. Yeah, he'd like to take perfect.
I don't want to say too much, but
So he calls Nesty an idiot, and then he comes to Korea, Nesty picks him first.
I think I'm lucky to have an opponent that beat him twice. I hope we can show some good games, but I just want to tell Nesty to stop being so angry. Should relax a bit more.
Dude, Stefano is like, look at Stefano's face. He's like, yikes! Look at him. Look at Stefano's face. He's like.
자, 이후에 이제 9번째 전장에서는 유한우승희 선수와 임재덕 선수가 준비를 하고 있는데 지금 어떻게 보면 이게 또 패차전이라고도 합치게 되거든요.
예, 양 선수가 오늘 경기가
I can't
정말
remember who
풀리지가
won
않아서
this.
아직까지 1승을
I
기록하고
think it's
있지
Nanawa.
못하는 상태인데
네, 여기서 이제 획득할 수 있는 뭐 실적이나 뭐 그런 건 없지만 그래도 자존심.
Wait, is this the match? Wait. Is this the one? Oh God, I'll just.
것에 있어서는 동의할 수밖에 없죠. 그렇죠. 게다가 이제 나뉘아 선수.
So Naniwa's in a sort of interesting position where his play is through the roof amazing. He's revered by foreigners, Koreans, everybody, coaches, pros, everybody thinks Naniwa's the man.
자, 경기를 준비하고 있는 임재덕 선수와 나니와 선수. 이번 전장은요. 안티가 조 선수입니다. 자, 두 선수 모두 표정이 좋지 않습니다. 하지만 저희는 10분 이해가 가죠.
예, 안티가 조 선수의 전장에서는 이제 프로토스가 저분을 상대로 조금 우세한 전장이라고 알려져 있죠.
나니아 선수. 자, 나니아 선수. 그냥 이거 싸우겠다는 의지보다는
이거
정화적으로 하겠다는 생각이거든요.
아예 못 이깁니다.
그렇다면 임재덕 선수는 투지를 보여줘야겠죠.
아, 그래도 끝까지 뭐 나니아 선수의 최선을 다하는 그런 경기를 보고 싶고.
아, 이거 좀 안타까운데요. 자, 지지입니다. 지지. 승자는 임재덕 선수입니다. 임재덕 선수 화났네요. 화날 수밖에 없죠. 임재덕 선수로서는.
But his behavior in tournaments has been known to be pretty caustic at times when I'm like.
So basically, they were both out of the tournament, and this was like a grudge match, and everyone was so hyped for it. And Naniwa just pulls probes and start because he didn't want to play the game. And you can see Nesty is so pissed because he wanted to fucking shit on him in a game. And this was extremely controversial because you literally threw the game away on purpose.
If you push it a little bit too hard, you run the chance of hitting someone when they're having a bad day.
because believe me, if Naniwa's flipping out after a loss, I will just be like, oh God, I feel so bad because I've been there before and that feels terrible. I hope he's all right. But then you have some tournament organizer who's thinking, I've been up for 4 days trying to make this event work and he's throwing a tantrum here. And I've had it. Impulse decision, you're out. And then boom, like, career falls off. I mean, you hear me I'm talking in circles. I'm like a worried mother. I like don't want him to do this.
어제 경기에서 이제 나니와 선수가 비록 패는 이미 갈린 상태에서 나니와 선수가 비록 경기를 이긴다 해도 크게 달라질 것은 없지만 저 프로게이머라는 직업이 사실은 이겨서 상금을 타가서 그걸로 업을 삽니다고 프로게이머라고 생각을 하지 않아요. 저희들은 프로게이머라는 직업은 승부를 가리는 것들을 더 시청자분들에게 보여주고 그것들을 시청자분들이 그것을 통해서 열광하고
It's a possibility. It's a real possibility that Naniwa could sabotage his career at some point.
Ejected.
What are your expectations for the near future?
I continue practice, take part as much as I can, and continue play like pro gamer in future. But it's more and more harder for me to big pressure.
Ощущения очень радостные. Жду не дождусь, когда мы переедем. Начнем там все выстраивать, создавать уют. Возможно, заведем детей в ближайшее будущее. У нас будут дети.
Мне кажется, что лучше бы оно было...
Нет.
Да.
Смотрите, я буду делать фотографии, тут встану, и получится тут белая полоска. Зачем мне надо?
Кровать.
А так, блин, он не читает. Я буду читать.
У нас у Веры кровать в длину будет, а не поперек.
Вот здесь будет кровать.
Поперек?
Здесь стоять к изголовьем к этой стене.
Головой сюда?
Да. Я тебе показывала много раз схему.
Я думал, так она будет.
Нет, оно не будет так.
Ладно.
Я хочу, чтобы у меня подход был со всех сторон к кровати.
Ну хорошо.
Ну, причина, то, что мы это можем себе позволить, это как бы старания Алексея, усилия, которые он приложил. Как бы я со своей стороны тоже его стимулировала всегда, как бы к тому, чтобы он занимался больше, тренировался, побеждал чаще.
Ask me again in like 3 years, because I think it's going to be different when this industry keeps growing and there really is, money, a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, or something that they're chasing. That it was a lot easier a few years ago to say, well, what am I really losing? But I think it's going to get a lot more difficult for people to let go when they realize that they could be letting go of a lot of money. I think it's going to be a lot more people staying way past when they are competitive. I don't think anybody really knows for sure, but they don't want to admit that it's just because they're older, or they just think, well, maybe I'm not practicing hard enough, and they try harder and harder, and they just don't ever succeed. They just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, definitely, because they're older.
I have good shape right now. If I little bit more have practice, like play 30 games in a day, I can play better in IPL and better in MLG.
Bro, 30 games. Listen to me, guys. 30 games a day as a Protoss in Wings of Liberty was like 4 hours of playing. I'm not even joking. I just had 4 hours. Because you were all-inning a lot in Wings of Liberty. A lot, as a Protoss. Like, I can tell you, for me as a Terran, who you guys know, like, love to play late game, 30 games a day took me about 8 to 9 hours of practice. So for him to say, I can't even play 30 games a day, that means he was playing under 3 hours a day. Under 4 hours a day, let's say. And also, it's Whitera, by the way. And if there's anyone that watched Whitera play, he all-in a lot. So
it's
just
all
saying.
about time, all about...
The earlier clip, him buying the apartment and renovating, and that's all practice, baby. That's all the time he could be practicing, but he's not.
About practice. So I need to fix it this problem, and I can show better score.
Voted on them, and they just so happen to be the winners of IPL 2 and IPL 3. We've got the pros, Stefano and White Rock.
Something important, but then he does absolutely neuroparasite the mothership afterwards.
Yeah, he does neural it, but right after the upgrade set didn't work. It's flying the mothership away, actually.
Yes.
He's going after the Archons with White Raw's mothership.
Well, I don't know if that's going to be enough. Everything pops out. There it is, GG.
Well
White
played,
Raw
Stefano.
takes game number 1.
That's right. ET Esports White Raw. Here come the roaches.
Yeah, there's not a lot left over for White Raw. He's losing this award, and it looks like Stefano. He's going to take game number 2.
Yeah, Probes coming off the line to try to defend. You never want to see that happen.
No.
And another Immortal pops out, but it's just not going to be enough. GG. And Stefano takes game 2. We have a tie series on our hands here.
Yes. And there's really nothing left on the field. Looks like Stefano may be able to take a very quick game number 3.
And there's a GG from White Raw. Wow, Stefano catching White Raw 2 games in a row now with that. I think this is going to throw White Raw off a little bit. Well, he's going to try to push him to the main, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Stefano barely has enough to take out this army.
GG! Stefano goes up 3-1.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Oh, deep firing. Deep powering like everything. GG.
GG. Oh, White Raw not happy with that.
Oh, man.
There we have it. Stefano's just 1 game away from taking $4,000. Is going to crash for the carriers. What is left for White Raw? Nothing.
Not a lot. Stefano just so good about engaging those armies. White Raw.
There it is.
Congratulations from White Raw. Stefano wins the best of 9 show match. 5-1. Very well done by Stefano.
Very nice job. That is going to give him $4,000.
Oof. The fuck is this? Wait, I don't know if I can show beach and people in like stuff. I'm gonna skip through that actually. Cause yeah.
Is out. Naniwa will lose. Nothing. GG. Naniwa raises his arms and for the first moment today looks happy. I like that pose. All right, now GG. Round of 8 of Codes for the second season in a row. Absolute insanity.
Caldor. Is he still casting heroes?
Archons, if they can morph, that's going to be the best thing in the world. And Jaedong is going to give the time. 3 Archons come in to help this out. Is he going to make the whole time warp comes down?
I remember this game.
Well, those ultras going up, dealing ridiculous amounts of damage. Out come the Archons. Does he have enough damage to actually cut through? And oh my
When he
God,
beat Jaedong.
He's going to hold this position.
I can't believe it. GG! Give it up for Nanawa! Naniwa with a proxy 2-game, game number 5 is going to be victorious. GG! Ladies and
Bro,
gentlemen,
he changed so many teams, holy shit.
advances on to the grand finals.
This year, not one single player from outside of Korea is yet to win a major. Is this going to be the first one? Has it taken us until October to crown a non-Korean? We're about to find out.
Is StarTale Live going to add another trophy to the 5 that he already has under his belt through his experience? He's 16 years old. Is he going to grab another one here? Or will Naniwa continue to hold on? There's an overseer behind the Hydralisk about to be morphed in. The Mothership core is gone. The DTs are the last real units that Naniwa has. GG! StarTale Live is the Intel Extreme Masters
The guy
New York
rips
City
out,
Comic-Con champion. 4 games to 2. Naniwa so close.
To Naniwa for a fantastic runner-up position as well. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Naniwa.
People are able to transition onto successful careers within esports or within
Why is
video
he-
games.
Why is he standing there?
I've known gaming champions who have
The fuck? Why is
become game
It's so creepy. Why is he standing there?
developers themselves.
Molding?
I've known gaming champions who have become managers, journalists. So esports is a great way to transition onto something better and more interesting than something you'd get in real life otherwise.
That's
so
true.
It's
a lot of people did
based on
transition
only
into that.
maybe opportunity, what you can see and what you can grab for yourself. Esports.
Carmack, by the way, I met Carmack in 2011, 12 at an IEM Cologne. He's one of the nicest people. Like, do you know the hockey interview by Carmack? Yeah, I do. Carmack is one of the nicest people, dude. He's super duper nice. Because he's like a, you know, a
Overall
big...
gives you a ton of experience. As long as your eyes are open, you get to see
He's CEO
other cultures.
of,
you get to understand
IEM,
other
isn't he?
cultures. You
Or I don't
get
know if he
to
still is.
see how the world works. You get to see all that if your eyes are open, as long as your eyes are open. And it's only up to you what lessons you learn through your journey / adventure as a pro gamer. Careers of players are so short that it's a safer bet to invest into a personality like Artosis, like Tasteless, like In Control, like Day 9 or like Whiterun. So Whiterun in esports...
See, that's true, but so many pro players, including me, didn't realize this at a time, right? When I was a pro player, and many pro players, the only thing they care about is like pro gaming, and when you tell them like, oh, you should... You know, maybe you should like say something. I love my fans when you win or something like that. People are like, no, like fuck that. But that would go such a long way into basically you would be investing in yourself by just being more open with people. But nobody realized that back then. And I don't even know if Whiterun realized it. I honestly think he just did it accidentally. I don't think this was his strategy for people to like him. But I don't remember a single player who was like, you know, branding themselves, if that makes sense. Now it's a lot more common in other games because people see value and there's people who give you that kind of advice. But back then, not really.
Right now is an ambassador, I would say. An ambassador that represents a brand and that represents us gamers to the outside.
Man, that guy is drunk as fuck. Do you hear his voice? Isn't that guy from League of Legends? He is drunk as fuck. Listen to the way he talks. Before I was playing games.
I think no, never say never. I want competition between me and my lazy, between another people. Now I have much better because I not sit all the day near computers. I visit 3 times fitness club and swimming. Try walking more, and it's much better for my back, for my blood, for my brain.
For my blood.
No,
I love the way he says
much
blood.
better. Just need make more activity life. It's my spirit, I think, like fighting.
I don't feel that limitation that I felt when I was especially young, where, you know, I got a degree in math and I would think, okay, now what jobs can I do in math? If I went into game design, could I use my math there? And suddenly now I realize that it's all bullshit and everyone's making everything up as they go and there's no rules. I'm gonna tell you the secret to success in anything. Are you ready? This is very important. All you have to do is show up. That's the hardest part. No one ever shows up. Most people cannot decide to do something and then just attend the doing of it.
That is extremely, extremely true. Think about it. How many people are going to the gym next week? How many? Out of a million people that say, I'm going to the gym next week, like 1,000 go. And it's true. If you just go, you're already ahead from most people, right? If you say, I'm going to practice 6 hours today, and if you actually do it, you're ahead compared to the 99.9% of people. That is actually very true. Very true.
That's what's really been the biggest gift that this whole Day 9 TV thing has gifted me with, is that feeling of freedom. If esports completely and totally, utterly failed,
that is actually a
cool,
5-head.
Something else. There's nothing for me personally to
and
be
the
scared
and the
of.
no rules part is also true. I mean, look at me. I'm a clown. I mean, bruh, look. I'm trying to look at that shit. Okay? Do you think I made this up 5 years ago? Do you think I thought about this when I was 18? I thought about this 2 days ago, and now it's up.
The fear. I have all these skills that I've developed through running Day 9 TV as a business, and I'll just get to use some of those when I start a new one, and I'll get to learn new shit.
It's most important in life.
I think not make problem to anyone who around you. Many people not know why
This stage was cool.
leave. We leave, try buy some good car, good apartments, and get more and more. If you have enough for normal life, support your family, I think you don't need much more. You're working on name like years by years, but if you make one mistake, you can lose your reputation. I think reputation is not only in sport, it's main thing in real life. Personality with bad reputation or bad image, nobody didn't work with you. So it's need thinking about image.
That's true. Like, that is very true. There were so many people. I mean, you know, the cancel culture and all that? That shit's true. You can build up your image and your reputation and your brand for 10 years, and then one mistake, it's all gone.
It's very difficult to be a pro gamer, to become a pro gamer. Some of these people aren't able to find another job because if they start pro gaming at the age of 16, they don't know anything else. They've never had a real job, they've never held a real job, and they've been pampered their entire life. And when the game is sidelined, that can be tough.
I came here with my own strength, and I will continue to play for myself. Whether you cheer for me or not, that's up to you, of course. I appreciate it, but you're not the reason I play the game. I play because I like to win.
That's great.
Greetings from Los Angeles, and welcome to the WCS Global Finals here. We're Tastosis, and we are going to be bringing you perhaps one of the most exciting matches you could ask for here. The only non-Korean...
Is that Sulky?
Here against the #1 player. Do you think he can actually do it here?
There is a possibility, but we do have to recognize that not only did Sulky get #1 in the WCS points, if you really look at it, he was the best player all year long.
And we've seen the Koreans slowly but surely take over pretty much everything, right?
Nanawa is almost the last bastion of hope for the foreigners.
Exactly, yeah. He is the last foreign hope. The countdown has started, so we are ready for this. Sulky against Naniwa.
I don't play this for the money. I play it for the thrill. The pressure you get when you're on stage, having 30k people see you play. It makes your body shiver and you can't control the excitement sometimes. I was even thinking about retiring a few points, but I think it would be a real waste for me to retire, because I do truly believe that I have the potential to one day be the best player in my game. And I really hate to waste potential. In the end, it's a quest for me to prove to myself that I can do it.
A player like Naniwa has to keep on playing. and he had to win tournaments in order to sustain himself. Literally, he had to win, otherwise he wouldn't have any food on his plate for a long time. Without StarCraft, I don't know where he would be, and I don't...
Damn, he blasted him, especially for Nanima. Whoa! What does that mean? What are you trying to say there?
know if he knows a world without being a pro gamer.
My God, like two passing ships in the night. Will he see it? No.
How do you hold on here? What advice would I give to someone who's 13, 14? I say the same thing every time. I advise them to not do it. There is no point, I think. It's a very unhappy life if you can't make it in your dream.
True.
This is insane. GG. That's it. And Soulkey takes out Nanoa 3-1. Impressive series.
Okay, so I want to say this part is, I mean, I'm assuming this video was recorded 2011, 2012, so this is not true. He was really successful. He was one of the best foreigners, but there's a lot of foreigners that are way better than him. I would say that Stefano was a better player than him. I would make an argument for Snoot. I would... Obviously, Serral, Raynor, Clem are way better. Nurcio. Yeah, like Huck also, right? Neeb, like, he's not... Honestly, like, is he even top 5? Probably not. State? No. I'm sorry, but no. Yeah, not. Yeah, Showtime. Yeah, there's a lot, like special. Yeah, there's a lot of tournament, a lot of players. So, yeah, but again, this video was recorded a long time ago, so. Lucifron? I don't think, I don't know about Lucifron. Pretty sure Nanoa was better. Lucifron was really good when he was playing, but
make me
don't
better.
remember him beating foreigners or Koreans.
For example, in Twitch TV, I work in company like esport, changed my life on 100%, and maybe sport saved my real life.
And they're like, yeah, they all do. It's like, okay, I don't speak Spanish.
Or 2 series a day. If you give a player like Polk the opportunity,
oh yeah, dude, I forgot about this. I forgot about this. He fucking left. This was was it Katowice? Oh my god, I remember this. Listen to the crowd.
I think they wanted to see more games.
Lovely Twitch chat moments trying to bring me back. It's been hard to resist, but I will take it one day at a time.
Amongst the young male demo internationally, we are way beyond just being mainstream. I mean, we're a phenomenon. It's pretty incredible already. Household names, players being on Wheaties boxes. You get there over time.
Predicted market value is 1.2 billion. That has to be overtaken by now, right? 2016. I mean, maybe they added this like post-production, but all of this was recorded 2011, 12. And maybe 13, like the poll thing. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed watching this. It's like a nostalgia, you know, trip back on how things were and stuff. But I mean, guys, you have to remember this whole documentary, like StarCraft 2 has so much history, right? That this is just, realistically, this is point of view of 2 players. And look how much there is. Imagine if you followed the hundreds and hundreds of pro players that were there and their tournaments and their point of view and their life. There's so much there. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. There's so much in there, but obviously you would need, you know, hundreds of hours of videos to cover all of that. But I guess in this video they wanted to do the good and the bad. So I still liked it. I enjoyed watching it, even though it was like, you know, 8-9 years late. I thought it was well made, to be honest. I wish they included more players, because honestly, I mean, where did the money go? They went to like 3 tournaments, and then they talked to team owners and casters at the tournaments, and then they visit. The only place where they visited specifically is Ukraine for Whitera, but that's about it. So why did it take so long to release it? I have no idea. But yeah. Anyway, I did enjoy it. If I don't know if I'm going to be uploading this on YouTube. If I am, if you stuck around, thank you for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, hold up. YouTubers, see you tomorrow.